Okay, time for Mozilla Don't Watch.
Oh boy.
More vitriol on the internet.
Yeah, I did not want this show to become a show about whining about whiners, but man, is that not what it turned into?
I think we can end on a positive note. We just haven't got there yet. We got to get through the tough parts.
Yeah, stick around long enough, and we'll talk about good stuff. But you know what? The funny thing about this is it actually was a good thing because they kind of had to. So
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Rewind the clock a little bit. Late February, Mozilla announced that they were going to issue a terms of use for Mozilla Firefox. And
basically, it was an update on the terms of use that existed.
Yeah, that we didn't call them terms of use at the time.
We didn't. Nope, we didn't.
And now it's something that you do have to click through, right, to use Firefox. Would have been will still be probably in June, July kind of
It hasn't
time
happened yet, though.
Right. But that did not stop the plethora, the cornucopia, the multiple video series of, oh my God, the sky is falling, Mozilla is now one of the bad guys type videos that immediately, and I mean within 24 hours.
I was going to say within hours, boy, did everyone react.
Yeah, I wanted to give some of the more reactionary ones a little benefit of the doubt, so I said within 24, but you're right. It was very fast.
Like, I don't even know that this so the proposal obviously is version controlled, if you will.
Yeah.
And so, I don't even know that it had been merged yet. I think it was still a proposal and still in work in progress phase.
Right.
When people came unhinged.
Right. So there were a couple of things that kind of happened in succession. One was the announcement of the TOU. And then the other was what I think Dan's talking about too, is the Firefox sell your personal data blurb in the privacy notice was removed.
Yeah, because they're updating both of those at the same time for the same reasons.
Because they're linked, right? So so let's set the scene. Here's what's going on, right? So the terms of use, the proposed terms of use were issued, and there was a clause in it that gave rights and permissions to Firefox. And it basically said that Firefox will have a non-exclusive, royalty-free worldwide license for the purpose of doing as you request. And it's still written this way. I think it has gone through a couple of different iterations, but it still really says the same thing, which is we have a license to be able to do what you want us to do on the internet. And these types of things are legal documents. So they have to read a lot of times like legal documents. And there's not really a whole lot of wiggle room for
unfortunately, no.
A lot of that stuff. So when people see that kind of thing, right? Like they're having a license to my data. They have royalty free. It's worldwide. They can do whatever they want. I think the initial reaction to that was flying off the handle. Oh my God, Mozilla's taking rights over everything that I post and do and click on and whatever, and all my actions and everything else. They're probably feeding it into an AI. Oh my God, what are they going to do? They're going to basically just steal my likeness and do anything that they want to forever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
Yeah, they're scraping my keys.
Yeah, that if you watch the videos that are posted within 24 hours of this announcement,
those early ones,
that's pretty much what they say. But Dan, before the show, we were talking about this. Like, it is either for you, it is very much your job, and for me, it is next to my job. I do it a lot. We read a lot of this stuff a lot of times. Now, we are not lawyers, right? Well, this is not legal advice, but we read these things all of the time.
I read a lot of them. And I got to say, even with the changes proposed that haven't quite stuck yet, although there probably will be at this point, it's still pretty tame.
Yes.
Compared to a lot of things out there that you probably didn't bother to read.
Right.
This is pretty mild, gotta say.
Okay, so that was strike one in this new battle against Mozilla. And then the strike 2 was the follow on, the knock on, the inevitable. Okay, so there was a question in the privacy policy that asked, does Firefox sell your personal data? And the answer used to be, nope, never have, never will, and we protect you from many other advertisers who do. Firefox products are designed to protect your privacy. That's a promise. And after the change, it's just gone.
It doesn't say that the opposite. It just doesn't say anything, right?
Right.
I mean, that's the takeaway, though, right? I mean, it doesn't say that we will absolutely, sell your stuff,
which would be in the privacy policy. Like, if they were planning on doing that,
it just doesn't say anything.
Exactly, right? So, and to both Dan and my eyes, I think we both agree on this, is that you just couldn't legally say that anymore, because the whole reason that Mozilla is doing this, as they stated, was because the EU and in California there are new laws. Well, not new in the EU, but newer in California that just bind them to this newer definition of what selling actually means. And so again, outside of removing that particular clause, there's nothing in the privacy policy that I saw that changed. So Mozilla is in effect doing nothing different whatsoever. And I think that was my main takeaway, right? Like, in the TOU announcement, it was, we have this license. This is what we're going to be doing with your data, all this kind of thing. If you have any, if you want further information about that, go see the privacy policy. And so what did I do? Well, I clicked on through to the privacy policy, and I'm like, okay, buddy, here, you better tell me what's going on. And nothing. Besides,
nothing to see.
Besides, again, the legal requirement to remove that clause because they can no longer legally say that because the laws have changed. Nothing. And so I'm like, oh, cool, right, great. No problem here. Nothing changed. Great.
Essentially, that's the long and short. I mean, if you wanted to skip over this whole segment, nothing changed.
Yeah, the TLDR is business as usual. But
yeah, pretty much, right?
But again, the problem is that there have been so many people that have seen this particular thing, flew off the handle with assumption.
Yeah.
With assumption about what things could or couldn't mean. This is not, again, as Dan said, this is not even in effect yet.
Well, yeah, that too.
Yet, we're flying off the handle. And instead of, as we were talking about in the previous conversation about the donation thing, if there were a rational discussion, if there were a human-to-human discussion, because remember, there's still living, breathing, blood-pumping people out there writing the blog post that you don't agree with.
Yep.
If we could have a good discussion about these kinds of things, I don't think anybody would leave the table with a misunderstanding. You may not agree with it. You may walk away still not happy with the outcome. But if you have the actual conversation and get down to the actual information, I don't think you would at least be making your decisions flying off the handle based off of real, actual evidence and information.
Right. Yeah, and to the early adopters of the rage wagon, I feel like you went into that a little uninformed, and the fact that it actually wasn't, it was still a work in progress. They were still tweaking it, and it had not been merged. Until something gets merged in, like, just let them sort it out, like, in a civil manner, right?
Yeah, a couple days later,
there were some more tweaks to it after that, for sure.
Right, exactly. So on February 28th, they went in and actually changed the non-exclusive royalty-free. They kind of tweaked that language a little bit to be a little more clear, but it still says the same thing. It still reads like legalese. I mean, it still says non-exclusive, royalty-free, worldwide license. Like, nothing of real substance changed in the terms of use in the legal document. And I mean, I don't think that made anybody happy. I don't think anybody is happy now after these changes. I think they a lot of the people that flew off the handle in the first place still have that same opinion. I don't think we're gonna change their minds either.
We're probably not. That's fine.
But I do think that it was too much, too fast. People making a lot of assumptions too much, too fast.
Yeah.
But I will say, Mozilla did go on. They gave you a little TLDR on the update, and it says
they did.
in plain English. And I'll give this one to you, people that flew off the handle. I'll give you after I read this, I'll tell you what I'm going to grant you. So Mozilla doesn't sell data about you in the way that most people think about selling data, and we don't buy data about you. We changed our language because some jurisdictions define sell more broadly than most people would usually understand that word. Firefox has built-in privacy and security features plus options that let you fine-tune your data settings. And this was kind of just after they made the change to the non-exclusive royalty, blah, 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 that they added on the communication that kind of made that clear. Here's what I'm going to say about this. Mozilla's really bad about communicating their intentions.
Their press is not. their public relations isn't great.
What I really do think they need to move
if
some
they
money.
need to beef anything up, that's it right there.
That's the one. Because man, every time I look at the work that they're doing, the stuff that they're working on, the motivations that they have, it's good people doing good work, helping other people like me for free get everything out of the internet that I want. And you know, and I don't have to pay them a dime. I don't have to do anything other than just go to the website and click download and then have, in my opinion, the best internet experience I could possibly have. Firefox is the thing that provides that for me. And a little bit of legalese is not going to scare me away from the best thing that's happened to the internet since what, 1997? Netscape, man. I don't think the mission has changed much since then.
Well, here's where I wanted to go with this, and since you kind of teed it up for me, you know, obviously you can't slip any of this stuff past the FOSS crowd. They're right. They're paying attention really close, but a lot of people jump ship. They said they cast off Firefox, right, real quick. But I gotta ask, what is better? What else out there can you switch to that is better?
Blue Firefox.
Is it though? Yeah. Because I gotta ask, aren't you still supporting Firefox to some extent?
Only kind of.
But you are.
Well,
like if Firefox doesn't exist, neither is those other things.
Now,
WaterFox and all the other ones that are derivative thereof.
Right.
Like,
right.
If they dry up and go away, like there goes progress on those things. I can guarantee it.
Right. Yeah. There's not.
No one's putting the time and the energy into the engine.
Yeah. One of the single forks that is working off of the Firefox base is going to be able to actually hold up the Firefox base for more than a few days before before the duct tape starts flying off, and Firefox just really becomes something that is truly well and truly history.
Right. And so then the other alternative is to go to a Chromium-based thing? Well,
no.
hello, we're, pretty much supporting Google at that point.
Yeah.
And if you think Mozilla is bad, hello. Like, let's look at Google. They are an advertising company.
Yeah.
Their intention is to make money off of you. You are the product.
I would hope that the people abandoning Firefox for not a Firefox fork have the good sense to go with something like Vivaldi, because
you could do that,
because at the very least, you're not directly supporting Google, and you're still getting some security and privacy out of the deal.
You probably get more than most. Yeah.
Yeah, but I still think you're doing a detriment to the web by maining a Chromium. Just simply because Chromium will be the web standard. The web standard will no longer be open and free and changeable by the masses. Yeah, it is now the Chromium standard. If Chromium does it well, then there's nothing else we have to worry about, and that means your servos go away. The new I say new, it's been around for a while, but the other browser engine that
the other things,
that isn't Chromium, that isn't gecko behind Firefox. It's the only other one besides Safari, which...
Yeah, that's not relevant.
Yeah, anybody...
That's terrible.
Yeah, anybody that's super worried about their privacy and security is probably not chomping at the bit to go and use Safari. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, you want something functional.
Yeah. Safari's pretty good, man. But yeah.
There's a lot of broken stuff with Safari, though, too.
Yeah, it's not perfect. But so, again, Firefox is not perfect, right? I still hear it all the time.
It's not, but it's far less problematic.
Yeah.
Than Safari.
Oh, yeah. Oh, talking about problematic. Yeah, absolutely. Firefox is the only choice if you want to be...
It's the only alternative choice.
I think so. I really, really do.
So we're right back to where we started.
Only kinda. So the problem, I think, that people that are moving to forks of Firefox are going to be very, very disappointed about. Every browser that exists, FOSS, non-FOSS, free, whatever, it's soon going to need one of these things. It's going to need a TOU, a terms of use. They're all going to have one. And they're all going to be written in legalese. As they start attracting people, more users, more people, more whatever, regulators are going to take notice. And regulators are going to be like, hey, you need a terms of use. You have to define that. If you want to be used in the EU, if you want to be used in California, which does affect the entire US, you're going to need a terms of use. Will projects like Florp take the Mozilla terms of use, or are they going to write their own? And when they write their own, are the regulators going to be happy with it? And if the regulators aren't happy with it, it's not going to fly. Right. And when they write a terms of use that does fly with the regulators, is this same fervor that everybody has conjured up for Mozilla, is this same fervor going to show up for Florp? Is this same fervor going to show up for WaterFox? Is the same fervor going to show up for every fork of Firefox that will be forced to have one of these things?
I hope so.
I mean...
if you're going to do it for one, you got to do it for all of them.
Yeah, if we're being honest with ourselves, if we're playing this game correctly, then yes, Florp is going to see the same type of backlash. And there's nothing that they're really going to be able to do about it because
you gotta have
they have to. Or, I mean, just don't be used in these. What are you going to do, right? Like, I guess.
Well, I guess you could strip all the stuff out of it that makes you have to do that. I mean, and then you're down to links.
Right. Exactly. Actually, you're right.
You know what I mean? You're down to something that's not usable.
You can't search in the browser. You can't type a URL in the browser. You can't do anything.
You certainly can't sync your stuff. Like, oh no.
Exactly.
Because there's data that's going up to a cloud server someplace.
The only reason Firefox has to have these terms of use is because your data, the stuff that you write, that you click on, that you do, that you see, that you read, whatever, passes through the browser. And because of that, they have to tell you what they're going to do with this stuff. And the terms of use is exactly the definition of what they're going to do. And the privacy policy that Firefox has is exactly the way that they're going to use it. And I have not seen any evidence of the sky's falling people, what they're saying. I've not seen any evidence that any of that stuff is actually true.
Yeah, well, and I just want to point out that these are all the features and things that we said, we all bonded together to say we want Firefox and Mozilla to be adding these things to the browser. We want them working on the browser. We want better search things. We want all this stuff. This is all the stuff that we told them to do. Oh, and they went and did it.
Yeah.
And now they're getting flack for it.
That's right. We got the vertical tabs now, which is awesome.
Yeah, you got to go into the About config and turn it on that way.
No, you don't. No,
they finally added it?
Yeah. So if you right-click in any of the blank space up there by like where your tabs are, in between the little refresh button or whatever, you right-click it or whatever, and it says, turn on vertical tabs. That's it. Nice. And then bingo, boop, right over there. It's fantastic.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Right. So, yeah,
Okay, so like I said, these are all the things. You know what else? They just announced that they're working on again, progressive web app stuff.
Oh, I mean, I can hear it now. It's about that, and
Yeah,
you're right.
they had it once and they
You're
took
right.
it away, and but I guess better to take it away than have something that didn't work right.
Yeah, I think that was the entire reason they got rid of it, because it was broken.
It wasn't working right. So,
Right.
I mean, they're bringing it back. It's working. Yay.
Yeah. So I think we're going to see more features, more faster in Mozilla's future, or in Firefox's future, which is great for the give it to me now people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think this terms of use, I don't think any of this stuff is going to change anything.
I don't think it amounts to anything.
Nope. So Mozilla still has my trust. I'm still going to be using Firefox as my number one, and I'm good. We're good. We're golden, man.
And as homework, just go read some other terms of use things. Get
But
your heebie-jeebies out of some other project.
That's right. But I will say, Mozilla really does have to get better.
They do need better press
at communicating the things that they're doing. Because when you strip it back, all of this terms of use, all of the privacy policy, all of the non features that are actually in the works, we just don't know about them, right? Because no one's there communicating. No one's being the advocate for Firefox community facing, right? Like
they talk about, making the web better, and like you read all the blog posts, they're good stuff, but they don't talk about technical things, generally speaking.
Right.
Anywhere. They don't have a great place to discuss the technical stuff.
Yeah. So when you strip it all away, I've come up with only one good criticism out of all of this. And it's just better words then.
Yeah.
That's it.
Absolutely. That's what we got.
Don't actually change anything of substance. Just tell it to us different. And that's
maybe
the
beforehand.
Answer. Yeah. But
better words a little beforehand.
There you go. We've solved it for you, Mozilla. I will let you guys know our banking information, and we can get that.
Yeah, you can add us, and we'll let you know where to send the checks.
Hey, if we ever did have some kind of weird ad sponsor person, Mozilla would be a cool one to have.
They probably want us to pay them.
Yeah, you're probably right. Honestly, I might.
I mean, there's always donations.
So catch these and other great topics as they unfold on Lemmy, our subreddit, our news channel, Discord, Mastodon, Telegram, Matrix, Twitch, and Twitter, and Blue Sky, and all of the things.
All of them.
All of the things. There's all the things. Go find us on the internet. We are there, probably. Send us feedback.
We like that. We got some of that coming up.
Let us know. That's right. We're coming up to some feedback. And yeah, just tell us what you think about all this, especially these past two things, because
they're hot topics.
Privacy policy stuff, we love to hate on that stuff, and paying our developers, that really does kind of draw a line, make a bit of a rift between a lot of the people. It's more like free as in beer and free as in spirit, and all's free as in whatever, but yeah. But I'd like to know, right? Am I wrong about all of this? I feel like I'm not. I feel like I'm pretty good. I feel like I have a good, solid foothold on.
I like to think we balance things. Yeah.
Yeah. But honestly, we kind of are a counterbalance to a lot of what I've seen on the internet over the past couple of weeks, specifically about the Firefox topic and more recently about the dash to panel topic. I don't know. I don't know. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. But also,
we should shout into the internet.
Yeah. But also, am I right? I don't know. Let me know. Let us know. On all those places, whatever your place is, whatever your favorite place is, we're probably there. So poke at us over there. Let us know, wrong, right, or you just want to see something show up on the show. You got an idea for the history or something like that. Let us know.
Yeah, we'll pluck them out, and as you'll see here in a minute, we got a bunch.
Like I said, if it's fun, we'll keep doing it.